Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Gauracandra Gopinath Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Are you ready?
2 more minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Your cameras can be on, Prabhu. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for joining Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. So today we have His Grace Gauracandra Gopinath Prabhu to enlighten us about Prabhupada Lilamruta, Chapter 4, titled How Shall I Serve? It's a wonderful topic and wonderful devotee who is personified service. So please hear from him. Hare Krishna, over to you.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamagyam Tadati Swapatantikam Vandegam Shri Guru Shri Uda Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshadarine Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataru Besha Kripa Sindhu Vayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Grim Yat Kripa Tamaham Mande Shri Guru Dinadarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Om Tat Sat Namo Vishnu Padaya Hare Krishna, I seek all the assembled Vaishnavas here, Prashadeshwar Prabhu, Ravilochan Prabhu, Dayamai Prabhu, Radharani Mataji, Hare Krishna, RG, I don't know, RG, Sankarshan Priya Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Sugunamai Mataji, Sunil Prabhu, Sunir Mala Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Uttara Mataji, Uma Shankar Prabhu, Hare Krishna, I pay humble obeisances all your lotus feet, seek your blessing before I start today's session. Today is a wonderful session. Always it's a pleasure to um, hear Srila Prabhupada, um, um, Prabhupada Lilamruta. So I requested Sankarshan Priya Prabhu that I will do it in 2 sessions. Either I can do it in 1 session, give a summary, or we can go a little bit details as into different related pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. That way, I will try to, if Krishna is willing, we'll do it in two sessions, if possible, or 3 sessions. This chapter. So this chapter entitled "How Shall I Serve You?" Why this title is Prabhupada would have met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his Guru Maharaj, maybe 13, 14 times, more than dozen time. Not much. He had many frequent visits, or he met him personally. And one might ask how many questions Prabhupada would have asked to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Does anyone know how many questions Prabhupada would have asked? Any guesses? I don't know if you're not unmuted. That's okay. You can put it in the chat. Not many. The main things from Lilamruta or Prabhupada conversation, we understand that he asked this question: how can I serve you? That's why the title is named "How Shall I Serve You?" Prabhupada asked his Guru Maharaj Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, how shall I serve you? So he gave a personal instruction that you preach to the English-speaking world. When he met first time in Ultatanga, he told the same thing. First meet. Again he met in Radhakund. Again he asked, please tell me what's my personal instruction. Again he said the same thing. And before Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur passing away from this material world, he wrote a letter. Prabhupada wrote a letter, and this is what exactly the excerpt from the letter that Prabhupada Bhakti your Surabdam, sorry, Maharaj here is giving here. So I have every hope that you can turn yourself into a very good English preacher if you serve the mission to inculcate the novel impression of Lord Chaitanya's teaching to the people in general as well as philosophers and religionists. So he has very clearly defined, called out what is the mission. Time and again, time and again. This is the letter in December 1936, before he passing away. 1 or 2 weeks before this letter arrived to Srila Prabhupada, confirming again what is his mission. Prabhupada took this as a heart and soul. He has to prepare for 30, 40 years this instruction, meditate on this, and that's how he is able to succeed. So many a times we are also think, oh, should I ask my Guru Maharaj what is my special instructions I want to do? So these are instructions are given when the person is able to, in the caliber of able to do, execute the service which is her Guru Maharaj is able to give. Otherwise, it's a general instruction, because if we don't follow the orders of spiritual master, then it becomes offense. So most of time they knew that what we can follow, what we can't follow. Accordingly, they give a general instruction. Most of time, there are any specific thing, then they might give specific instruction based on the capacity of the disciple. So we should not be disheartened. Oh, my Guru Maharaj did not give me any special instruction. So of course you can ask him, but most of the time I've seen various Maharajas, they don't give any special instruction. They give, yeah, general preaching, help me in the preaching, like that. But this is something special, special services which has been given. So let us, I will have some presentations. I may not walk, I will walk through this chapter as we progress, but yeah, I would go into the presentation mode and try to do that. Just give me a second. So this is a quick recap, chapter 3. Then I will do the chapter 4. His meeting is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, a very nice saintly person. This is the chapter entitled. His friend is taking to Srila Prabhupada. This is the property which now acquired by ISKCON. This is the historical place where Prabhupada had met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Then he gave this order of preaching to the entire world. And also the wonderful time management of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur we saw. We used to preach his timing. We can't imitate, but of course there are certain things we can follow from this timetable. How you could able to manage both life, personal life, as well as the spiritual life. And we know that birth of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and also we have seen that how this Acharya has pioneered. See, in ISKCON, in this movement, any preaching, there is nothing outside which Bhakti, either Bhaktivinoda Thakur or Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur tried. We might think in modern age we are doing a lot of activities, we are creating a new program name, you name it anything, something or other form, they have already done it. Let it be a book distribution, let it be doing a parikrama, let it be a mass preaching, let it be doing a cell preaching program or Bhakti Vriksha, you name it. It's already pioneered by these two people. There is nothing outside the strategy which we are currently we are doing anything outside their brain. So they have done entire preaching various methodologies to be used, especially Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Which we'll see that in today's session. But there are many people who did not like him, even though he's a sannyasi. They were trying to kill him. They tried to bribe the police person. How he was escaped. That's episode we saw. And Prabhupada had moved to Allahabad, and his father Gaurmohan, they passed away. So that's a summary of chapter 3. Now we are in chapter 4. Okay, one second. Chapter 4. Let me open the chapter 4. Okay, hopefully you are able to see my screen. So this is the introduction we saw. Prabhupada, even though did not meet Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur multiple times, maybe dozens of times and little more than that, but his conversation is very quality, and he knew what exactly he needs to perform. So that's the introduction part of it. Then we are moving on to the episode where Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is taking all his disciples to the parikrama. So that's what I was mentioning, how Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur pioneered or he is a revolutionized preaching Krishna consciousness. If you see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, the 6 Goswamis, there is a purpose. So predominantly they would stay in Vrindavan forest, not too much crowded places they wouldn't stay. And they are more of into excavating the temples and writing shastras for us to benefit. So that was the focus. That point in time it was required. But the transition came when Bhakti Vinod Thakur came into place, and he started preaching this Namahata. Literally, every city, every village in Bengal, and a certain extent to Orissa, they were all covered. One time, was there even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time. One time, Advaita Acharya wrote a cryptic letter. It is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He sent a message to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying that, literally that means the cryptic message meaning is that now we have preached entire Navadip. There is no one else not to become a devotee. There is no person who can we can preach to. Everybody is devotee, and you should focus internally on yourself. That's where this is Tastakam is written in the Antyalila. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami puts in the order. Mahaprabhu was already taught this Shastakam in earlier days when his childhood day, when he was scholar, but the relishment of this Shastakam came in very later part of his life, and that's where he spent a lot of time. So literally that time also Haridas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, they preached all over Bengal, and there is no place go and we can preach. There are so many Namahattas. So similarly, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, after that episode, if you see there is a long gap, then when it came to Vaishnavas are not recognized, Vaishnavas are very poor, and those times it's where Bhakti Vinod Thakur revolutionized, and he created this Namahatta. literally he put a structure to the preaching movement. Whatever we see there, structure. If you read his books, mind-boggling. We can't even go to that details. Still, whatever sophisticated preaching we do it now. So that time there is no facility, but still he could able to manage, get the preaching report. My God, the level of what is it? The systematic preaching they have done to the masses, nobody can beat. So we are aspiring. Some of them we are trying to follow by doing Namahatta or Bhakti Vriksha or youth preaching, whatever you call it, SL preaching or devotee care. It's all these things were pioneered by them, and they're given already documented, systematically written. There's nothing outside that you have to think about it. So similarly, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he is also into mass preaching. So for his one of the technique is taking people to the parikrama. Number two, printing books. He, before even Prabhupada was born, that time itself we have sent to America, who is Lord Chaitanya, right? The printings, and he would maintain already 6 printing journals, and he would daily print. And the other aspect of preaching, he has done it, that innovative preaching with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur done is that he creating the dharma where he would create, like what we are trying to do, temple, Vedic planetarium, TVOP, the exhibits, how to. So similarly, he done entire life history of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu using the clay. They would make models. Even now also we go to Mayapur, the Gaudiya Math. You can see that it's a wonderful 1 hour it takes to see the entire life history, and it's beautifully narrated, and thousands of people would flock in to see that. And also the establishing of the temples, 64 Gaudiya Math temples. These are the mass scale level preaching, because he said, who will come and hear? He knows that in America people want to become devotees. They will not stay austerities like a Goswami. You need to have a mansion. We need to have a very high class, high quality temples. That's where they would come and stay. Otherwise, you can never make any foreign persons to accept this Krishna consciousness. So he would go in a royal car, and he would wear nice garments. He would create a marble temples and people to live. So in the Satswarup Maharaj writes in the Chaitanya, sorry, in this episode, that he quoting from the Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami says, anybody is using, so it's, I will read it exactly what Rupa Goswami says. Okay, so this is a great disciple of Lord Chaitanya who had written, one is perfectly detached. I repeat, one is perfectly detached from all materialistic worldly engagement, not when one gives up everything. When it's detached means one should give up everything. But Rupa Goswami says it is not that one should give up everything, but when one employs everything for the services of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So you are perfectly renunciated when you engage everything in Krishna consciousness, not that you renounce everything. So this is the Swarup Damodar Maharaj. Um, so quoting here like that. So you see the preaching mode of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, Jiva Goswami was taken a tour by Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu take to various holy places. And the parikrama. Parikrama is one of the most, what do you say, efficient way of preaching mass. Sometimes we speak a lot of philosophies and things like that. But people, when you go to a yatra and come back, and they would be see a lot of transformation, even for us to battery to charge. Of course, we do a lot of seva, chanting, service, hearing. But when we go to the dham and come back for the parikrama, right? The level of consciousness is always different. When we are in the dham, our consciousness is completely different. And we come, we charged, and we do throughout the year, just waiting for the next year to go. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj sees that so much people, they prolong. They have seen Mayapur many times. They have seen Vrindavan many times. But why it is the association and the power of the holy place, and hearing from them, especially not just sightseeing, but hearing from the holy person. That's why there's so many devotees want to go. They plan it. Like tens and thousands of people go. Even ISKCON conducts, one is Vrindavan Parikrama, another one is Navamandal Parikrama. There are thousands of people will come to Mayapur, especially Gaur Purnima time. 7 parties, Hindi party, Russian party, Bengali party, South Indian party, you name it. international party. There are so many groups. They would go to different places and they try to do it. So this is early 1918 is what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has organized this mass preaching missionary work. And the parampara is continuing right from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time. Nityananda Prabhu used to take, then followed by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur started this, and also Navadvipa Mahatmya Parikrama. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written a lot of glories of this Parikrama, and the Brajabhumi and Navamandal is talked about the glories, especially Navamandal Parikrama. So these are all coming from the parampara. There is nothing outside Prabhupada did. Time, place, circumstances probably would have adjusted some of the techniques, but the principle remains same. There is nothing outside the preaching. Anything we found in currently in ISKCON is outside that. It's all following the parampara. Now also the ISKCON Prabhupada disciples continuing the parikrama, ensuring that everybody gets the benefit, right? So the other thing is that he had 40 disciples on the parikrama, featuring many public lectures and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta meeting with important men. In 1932, he had 3 presses, different parts of India, printing 6 journals in various Indian dialects. So as I mentioned, he was pioneered mass preaching. He was doing parikrama. He was printing journals. He was constructing temples. All those things which we currently use, it's all already been used by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur path. And there is one famous politician. So he questioned Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. You're printing daily newspaper. What is so, what is so much matter? Where do you get it? Or what is it so much then that you could have done a monthly magazine, probably 2 months once, or maybe half yearly or yearly. I don't see any value in doing every day. For that, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur replied, saying that Calcutta is a small city, and it's not even a capital city like a Delhi. And in this small Calcutta, there are dozens of newspapers who print daily news on what's happening on the materialistic news. This entire Calcutta is a small city in the entire India map, and India is a small country in the continent, one of the continent. Out of this Asia continent, the entire Earth planet, this Asia is a small continent compared to other 7 continents. And out of the 7 continents, if you go, there are many other places which we don't even access to in this material world. Then you have Swargaloka, then there is a 14 planetary system. Compared to that, this entire earthly planet is nothing. And compared to this entire 14 planetary system, there is like a master sack bag seats of, so much universes are there. Milky Way. Krishna is doing pastime in every world, every instance. So how much I should I write? And writing daily is just nothing, insignificant compared to what you Calcutta, you print dozens of materialistic things. So that's what his vision is, was reply. And so Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was running this famous English publication called Harmonist. And he advertised this Vrindavan Parikrama in 1932. So before that, quick video, if you're all able to see this, it will be nice because I'll be taking some of the videos as well to, one second, so that we can also go along with that. So just give me a second.
अभय बाबू, आइए, मैं आपका कहीं रहने का इंतजाम करता हूँ।
महाराज, आप मेरी चिंता मत कीजिए, मैं कोई जगह ढूंढ लूंगा।
नहीं नहीं, आप तो हमारे विशेष अतिथि हैं। आपका ख्याल रखना हमारा कर्तव्य है। नहाने और प्रसाद ग्रहण करने के बाद मैं आपको श्रील प्रभुपाद जी से मिलवाऊंगा। वे आपको देखकर अति प्रसन्न होंगे।
ओह, क्या मैं उनसे अभी मिल सकता हूँ?
आपकी अधीरता से मैं आपकी विनती मानने के लिए विवश हो रहा हूँ।
दासोस्मि, मैं आपका दास हूँ।
श्रील प्रभुपाद जी, ये है अभय बाबू, इलाहाबाद से आए हैं।
हाँ, मैं इन्हें जानता हूँ। आपको देकर आनंद हुआ अभय। आप थक गए होंगे, जाइए आप नहाकर प्रसाद लीजिए, बाद में बातें करेंगे।
श्रील प्रभुपाद जी इसी कार्य हेतु अवतरित हुए हैं अभय बाबू। वो स्वयं ही इस महान कार्य का प्रचार एवं प्रसार कर रहे हैं। वो हर जगह केंद्र खोल रहे हैं और आध्यात्मिक संदेश छपवा कर बांट रहे हैं। वो सभी को चैतन्य महाप्रभु के महान उद्देश्य की ओर ले जा रहे हैं। आप इलाहाबाद केंद्र से कितनी तन्मयता से जुड़े हैं अभय बाबू। आप वहां भक्तों को हर सुविधा देने को तत्पर हैं। अभय बाबू, आप बैठ जाइए, जरा इधर देना, मैं परोसता हूँ।
नहीं नहीं महाराज, मैं आपको ऐसा नहीं करने दूंगा।
नहीं नहीं, ये तो मेरा सौभाग्य है।
पर महाराज, आप मुझे शर्मिंदा कर रहे हैं। आप एक सन्यासी हैं, मुझे आपको परोसना चाहिए।
आप तो हमारे विशेष अतिथि हैं। इसके अलावा आप जैसे कृष्ण भक्त की सेवा का अवसर बहुत कम ही प्राप्त होता है।
लेकिन मैं तो भक्त नहीं हूँ और ना ही मैंने दीक्षा ली है।
महाराज, आप दोनों बैठिए, मैं परोसता हूँ।
विराजिए। अभय बाबू, उपासक का परमेश्वर के प्रति प्रेम बाहरी शिष्टाचार पर ही निर्भर नहीं करता। ये तो हृदय की पवित्रता है जो परमेश्वर के प्रति प्रेम में परिवर्तित हो जाती है।
तीर्थ महाराज, मुझे ऐसा बताया गया है कि एक सच्चा उपासक हर दूसरे को भक्त मानता है और इसे मैं आपके व्यवहार में देख रहा हूँ।
अभय बाबू, आपको जब श्रील प्रभुपाद जी से मिलवाया तो जैसे ही उन्होंने ये कहा कि मैं जानता हूँ इन्हें, ये सुनकर मुझे ऐसा लगा जैसे आपका संबंध उनसे सिर्फ इस जन्म का ही नहीं बल्कि कई जन्मों से है। आपके पिताजी कैसे हैं अभय बाबू?
वे पिछली सर्दियों में ही चल बसे।
ओह, ये जानकर बहुत दुख हुआ मुझे।
उन्होंने बहुत ही शांति से शरीर त्यागा। मृत्यु के कुछ ही दिन पहले उन्होंने मठ को एक गाय देने के लिए कहा और भक्तों को भोज देने के लिए। बाद में भगवान श्री कृष्ण का नाम सुमिरन करते हुए अपने प्राण त्यागे।
भाग्यशाली थे वो। काश मेरा भी अंतिम समय ऐसा ही हो।
श्री कृष्ण शक्ति प्रकट होती है श्री, भू और नीला में। नील शक्ति
So it's a glimpse of how the setup is done in the parikrama, how Prabhupada is taking association of Tirtha Maharaj and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There are a couple of things we need to be noted that when Prabhupada met him, he said Dasosmi, he would treat every disciple with respect and the humility of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur we can see. Second thing is that he made one of the conversation that, what is the use of having so many stars when I have a moon? That's for Prabhupada. He said he will do when time comes, he will do. And he's like, Prabhupada is like moon amongst the small stars in the sky. So other thing is that we see that the parikrama, when they want to set up how we go a party, pre-party goes and arranges everything. So similar thing Satsurup Maharaj is explaining in this chapter that there is a party goes in advance, set up the tent. And they also organize in the night. There's no stealing happens. They do take a turn to vigilance the entire tent. How these deities will be placed, Gauracandra next to in the center, the half circle, the other tents, Grahasthashram separately they stay. Brahmacha they stay separate. How the arrangements were made. So all those things were detailedly explained how the parikrama happens, which is still being followed in wonderfully in our ISKCON. So this is place and Prabhupada comes to know about this events. Then he comes to let me share place is called a place called Koshi. This is the wonderful place where Prabhupada was going on the train, and he got to know this wonderful place that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is taking people on parikrama. Then he came, and Prabhupada mentions that I was not initiated at the time of parikrama, but I had very good administration for these Gaudiya Math people. They were very kind to me. So I thought, what are these people doing in this parikrama? Let me go. So Prabhupada met this place, Koshi. And little deviation from this place, because I understand the importance of a place called Koshi. Koshi is the place where Nanda Maharaj kept all his gajanas. When Krishna is born, he gave so many cows and jewelries to so many people. So this is the place where he would give us all this dan and things like that. The other important pastime happened in this place is it's a wonderful pastimes of Radha Krishna, and most of the time Radha Rani and the Salki mood, right? That wonderful pastimes of Krishna and Radha would happen. So Radha Rani would stay in Koshi one day, and she's in the hut doing something in the night. So evening Krishna comes and knock the door. Then Radha would ask Koshi. Koshi means who is that? Who is that? Who is knocking my door? In the bamboo door, Krishna would knock. And she would know that it is Krishna who has come, but she doesn't want to talk to him. Then Krishna says, I am Krishna who has come. The Radharani says, oh, black snake, because Krishna is known as a black snake in Vrindavan. And any new married gopis comes to Vrindavan, first thing the mother-in-law or the devotees, they would say is that don't go that side. There is a black snake which will bite you. Towards the Temuna, Kalia Ghat and other places, Kesi Ghat. Don't go there. There is a black snake which will bite you. That's what they would say. They refer to as Krishna. But these gopis, they want to know eager. So what is so mesmerizing about Krishna? They want to still see. The new gopis who get married to come to this Vrindavan, they go and see. Once they see Krishna, then they completely forgot what they're doing. They don't know. Sometimes, the mother-in-law, once they seen Krishna, one gopi newly come to Vrindavan, she saw Krishna, and she's completely like opened their mouth and jaw dropped, and she's not able to think about anything. Then Krishna would just simply tap her and run away. Then when she was doing all the household work, she was always thinking Krishna, because this is the problem. When they see Krishna, they can't think anything else. So mother-in-law told, go and get some fetch water. This gopi was going along with baby and one pot. Instead of putting pot in the water, she was trying to tie the baby and put it in the well. And sometimes they would off dress, sometimes they were feeding, they were serving somebody prasadam, then they would forget what they're doing it. Such they can't just get away from Krishna's thinking, and they're not able to do their regular household works. So that's why Krishna is called black snake. So Krishna means black snake. So Radharani says, oh, black snake has come here to bite me. Just go from here, go to the forest. Leave me alone. I don't want to, I don't want any black snake here. Then Krishna says, no, Priye, listen to me. This is Ganasham who has come. Radharani will again ask Koshi, who is that? He said, I'm Ganasham. Oh, Ganasham means there's another meaning. So Radharani always interpret the meaning of Krishna's name. Krishna would keep on telling his different names, and Radharani would interpret it in different way, saying that I don't want to meet you. So it's a wonderful pastimes. Then the Ganashama, oh, this is rain cloud. Why you're coming in the middle of the night? There are babies who are sleeping and they want to have hot milk before sleeping. If you come over here and put rain, then the wooden fire, right? Those days outside, cholas will be there. So this all will be, we can't put any milk for the babies. The baby will go hungry. I don't want any rains overnight in the night. And moreover, it's not a rainy season this time. This part of the summer, please go away. I don't need any clouds here, like that she would say. Then rather again Krishna would knock, and he would say, hey, I'm Chakri, who has come. I'm the holder of Sudarshan Chakra. Krishna is trying to explain that. The another meaning of Chakri is that the pot maker who is making with the wheel, the pot maker is called Chakri. Then Radharani says, no, there is no marriages happening here, because when new marriages happens, any festival happens, that's the time they invite the Chakri, and he would make a lot of pots, because that's the time more consumption is required. And he says, there is no marriage happening in this village. I never knew that. Nobody's invited you, Chakri, here. My father has already thousands of pots. There is no need of making a pots here. You can go away. Like that. Again, Krishna knocks, again says, oh, this is Madhusudana who has come. Then you would say Madhusudana also means bumblebee. Madhusudana is the ones who's taking the madhu. So Madhusudana is also means a bumblebee. He says, what is that? There's no in the night. There's no blooming flowers here inside this kunja. Just go away. You know, there's go drink honeys from somewhere. Why are you coming and disturbing here? So then Krishna says, what are you saying? I'm your Hari who has come, your dearest. Then Radha says, oh, Hari. Hari means another meaning is lion. So is that no run away to the forest, deep forest? There is no, I don't want to be scratched by this beast. Like that, Krishna would keep on explaining, "Oh, I am come. Please open the door." And Radharani wouldn't open. And this is the Koshi wonderful place where this incident happened. So this is the place. The tent was made by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and other people who are sitting here and listening the katha. So I'll quickly again play a 1 minute video so that we can hear from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur directly. Then I'll continue the rest of the slides. Just give me a second.
से बाहर निकालकर आप मुझे अपना शिष्य स्वीकार कर मुझ पर दया कीजिए।
हाँ, मैंने पहले से निश्चित किया आपको दीक्षा देने का, आने वाली पूर्णिमा को इलाहाबाद में। अब जाकर विश्राम कीजिए, आप थक गए होंगे। जब आकाश में एक ही पूर्ण चंद्र हो तो इतने सारे तारों की क्या आवश्यकता? श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु के संदेश का प्रसार क्यों नहीं करते?
मैंने अपने
So Prabhupada is always meditating, and this is the time he said he will give initiation. And generally, he doesn't give initiation to the devotees. It takes longer time. But as soon as Prabhupada was, he said he will give it in Allahabad. And also he gave a second initiation as well together, which is not usual with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It takes some time to give second initiation. For Prabhupada, the initiation also happened in Allahabad. And he was meditating on those instructions. And as I mentioned, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, what is the use of so many stars when I have a moon? So he knew that Prabhupada would do great things in the future. So he's always supported him doing whatever he is doing currently. Then, you know, he said time when time comes, he will do the needful. So another thing which Prabhupada learned from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is the book distribution. Whenever you have money, you have to print books. Many times I would think also so many devotees are taking so much difficulty in distributing these books. But when we see Prabhupada, whatever he has undergone, then we will think there is nothing that we are doing it because there is no facility would be there. Prabhupada would go alone. He would walk miles because his Guru Maharaj told, whenever you have money, some print books. He would say, okay, if I go by train, it takes so much Anna. If I go by rickshaw, so much Anna will be expensive. Let me save that money for printing books. Prabhupada would not even have morning breakfast because he thinks that, okay, you know, books is the priority. Sometime you would, in the later chapters, we would see Prabhupada is how individually carrying back to magazine and distributing in the tea shops. And sometime you would get a sunstroke and faint. So most of the time when we distribute, whether we go with the team, we make arrangements, stall, some arrangement is there, somebody's to help. Here you see Prabhupada single-handedly alone, right from proofreading to writing to printing to procuring the paper to distributing himself to everything is alone, right? It's very, very difficult. And when we compare this acharyas, what they have done, there is nothing that any devotees, for that matter, whoever is doing it, is nothing. So that way we can get a lot of inspiration from his instructions of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which Prabhupada has taken so seriously, deep in his heart, and just dedicated his life. That kind of commitment, that level of conviction that these are important. I don't know. So that we can't imitate, but at least we can take inspiration to do that. So moving on to the so there are some more information given. The Bhaktisiddhanta speaking sometimes in English and sometimes in Bengali, and sometimes quoting the Sanskrit verses of Bhagavad Gita. So like that, and also he used to talk about the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Fearless preaching. So this is more about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's
You're
more.
sharing the slide, Prabhu.
Yeah, let me share. Just give me. Okay. Okay. So we just referred the Koshi, we finished. Then we are moving into the fearless preaching of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So much of difficulties when he was performing this yatra. Why? The local pandit who are not, they approached Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Why are you giving Malechas, the second initiation, making them Brahmin, which was against, scholarly this Brahmin, so-called this community, right? So they are all objected. They didn't like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur doing it, but as per Shastras, they all knew that anybody who is following Krishna consciousness, the example is given when you put a mercury with a base metal, then it automatically turn into gold. Similarly, any devotee who is whatever status he is in, but in touch with the parampara, then they can become gurus and brahmanas and Vaishnavas. So that way, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur broke away the traditional method of one needs to be born in the family of Brahmana to become Brahmana. He broke, so that created so much controversy and so much issues. They were ready to kill them, and they want to retain their position. So they would during parikrama, all the Goswami temples they would close. Exception was Radharaman temple. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, anybody who has have darshan of Radharaman, then the entire Krishna has been taken darshan of other temples as well. So then many of them would, even Loi Bazaar, they would close all the shops. And sometimes they would even throw stones pelting at them. But our parikrama was successful. He would, with a good spirit, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur carried out his path. So the other important thing is the hearing part of it. When we go to any holy places, we always want to cover, that place, this place, we need to see so many places. We have come all the way. So again, there was announcement saying that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj will be speaking, and those who won't have there are some devotees would have seen, the famous story, Sesashai Vishnu, they would have gone to see then. So, but Prabhupada and Tirtha Maharaj and few other disciples, they stayed, what is the use of going and see? What is that I go and see there? Let me hear from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So let me hear. That was their intention. Even the big sannyasis that time in Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur time, they would all hear Bhagavatam to a certain time. After that, they say, "Oh, excuse me, I have a lot of services to do for for this yatra. I need to make arrangements for the facilities, and we have to do kitchen service." And many of them would leave, not hearing complete lecture. But Prabhupada stayed for a long time. So that's why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur always noted, saying that I noticed you. I'm giving you initiation because you like to hear. You always attentive in hearing. That's one qualification on which I'm giving you initiation. So that's wonderful of Srila Prabhupada. And so yes, he said exchanging looks with Abhay. He looks to hear. He does not go away. I have marked him. I will accept him as a disciple. Finally, Bhaktisiddhanta called Abhay for a come forward and receive the Harinam. Meanwhile, he was checking with his wife whether she is also ready to take take Diksha. But she said, no, I'm happy to worship the deities. I'm comfortable, but I can't give up tea and coffee. and like that. And Prabhupada did not force, and he said, he said, I'm taking initiation. Then the initiation happens. He also receives the Brahminical thread, second initiation at the same time, and satisfied the and he and he gives the Abhicharan the name. So we'll see a quick clip again, initiation ceremony of Srila Prabhupada. With that, I would stop here for the next session. Then we can continue once we do that. Just give me a second.
सं नैन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः सं नो विष्णुरुक्रमा नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायुर्त्वमेव ललिता श्रीविशाखवितांश्च स्वाहा पञ्चकल्पतरोभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा नम ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने स्वाहा।
आपका अब से नाम हुआ अभय चरणारविंदास। इसका अर्थ है जिसने निर्भयता से परमेश्वर की कृपा प्राप्त करने में परमेश्वर के चरण कमलों में आश्रय लिया है।
Okay, I would like to stop here and get more reflections on what we did. So then we'll see later post initiation. This chapter goes like this: post initiation of Prabhupada, what happened, and after that also Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur passing away from this world. How Prabhupada wrote a poem, and we also see in the next sessions the letter what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati wrote, actual letter to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada is writing Vaishnava, so that's a song on the Vaishnava K and Avi. So there various things will come. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur basically he passes away from this material world. Those episodes will come in the later part of this chapter, which we'll see next week. But I would stop here now.
Hare
For
Krishna, Guruji.
corrections and reflections.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. So wonderful how Prabhupada moved. How can I serve you? That's a mood in which Prabhupada started ISKCON movement. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And especially the points you highlighted, the innovative ideas is Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur has, kind of implemented, and book distribution. And finally, the commitment of Srila Prabhupada, conviction of Srila Prabhupada that you highlight, really wonderful, Prabhu. I mean, these are the qualities. At least I should try to imbibe at least a small particle, at least. Thank you, Prabhu. So wonderful. Now devotees can share their realization. Can somebody unmute and check is it working or not? Okay. Yes, please go ahead, share your realization, questions, comments, if any. There, my Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Very nice presentation, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I need some clarity on Prabhupada took his initiation at the age of 26, Prabhuji.
I don't know. I need to check Prabhu exact age.
Yeah, Prabhuji. In your slides, I saw that. And generally, initiation they take at the age of 16. Why there was a delay? I just wanted to know, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada could not able to meet his Acharya for many times. He was helping the Allahabad. It's not like ISKCON now. There's so many centers available. You go and ask.
Okay.
That's the time it was establishing, the Gaudiya Math was being established, 64 months, and it's not that, Prabhupada moved for his business family, he moved to Allahabad. He was not in Calcutta to meet his Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was based out of predominantly there. And he also, of course, he was traveling and preaching. So Prabhupada himself made a center in Allahabad and tried to help them devotees. Then you would see when he moves in this episode to Mumbai, Mumbai also is trying to establish the center, then they all request him to become temple president, like that. So it is not that that time there's so many devotees he can just go and approach, and the means they have to go transport, call them, find out. As I said, he met his Guru Maharaj not more than 13, 14 times. So
Okay,
yeah,
Guru.
yeah. But he decided the first day he met is my Guru. He made up his mind when Ulta Danga he first time he met, he said is my Guru. That Prabhupada made up his mind. But it's also requires some time in, like, no, it's not that just we go approach. Our Guru Maharaj were merciful, so just he gave the initiation when we requested, we wrote the papers. But this answer, of course, you need to see there is a lot of process. He doesn't give like that initiation. And yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Any comments, realizations, or your own questions, if any? Please go ahead.
This is a formal process for Prabhupada initiation, but otherwise, as soon as the first day he met, he's already, they are eternal spiritual master and disciples, right? So both are pure souls. So this is a formality. The initiation is a formality, otherwise they are eternally. And Prabhupada is telling in here clearly that he's already considered him as his guru. So once you consider him even shelter, that you say in initiation ceremony there's a process called shelter. So he's already taken shelter of him as soon as in the first meeting itself, which is very rare. Nobody would take a shelter as soon as the first time they see. Maybe very rare souls would do that. They meet couple of times, they hear lecture, then we take shelter. But Prabhupada took shelter of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur on the day itself. So that way they are already, relationship is established. Initiation is the formal means, but as soon as you take shelter, that is also considered equally. Because one time I was in Japan, that time I was aspiring for His Holiness Jayapatka Maharaj, and he happened to be there. And the devotees in Japan, they were asking, Prabhu, whom are you aspiring? I told, yeah, I'm aspiring for His Holiness Jayapatka Maharaj. That time I'm not even chanting 16 rounds, probably 8 rounds or something like that. Then when Maharaj came next day, this was Sunday feast program, I was having chat as a new bhakta. Then I forgot it. The next day, His Holiness Jayapatka Maharaj came, and the devotees introduced saying, he's aspiring for you. Then he said, nodded, didn't say anything. Then class was over. Then I was going to the office. It was working day, Monday morning. So I was packing some of the prasadam. They said, devotees, you pack prasadam and go. And Guru Maharaj came, His Holiness Bhakti Jayapatka Maharaj came, and he said, what are you doing? Maharaj, I'm packing prasadam. He said, Guru Maharaj. During the class, somebody told him, I not even openly told him, but I said, this devotee is aspiring from you. That's all they told. He just did not say anything. But he kept in his mind, when I said Guru Maharaj, I addressed him Maharaj, he said, no, you addressed me as Guru Maharaj because you said you are taking shelter of me. So the acharyas like that, they take already, once you tell them, they are already thinking as your disciple and they will have accepted it. The formal initiation happened after many, many years for me, long time, but does not mean that the relationship is lost, and he neither forgot nor I forgot as a Guru. Then later on, but I never addressed him as a Maharaj. He's always Guru Maharaj. But I took 10 years after that initiation. It took 10 years to come up to that level. Then I would have problem. Then I asked him, how do I chant more rounds? I'm finding it difficult to manage. Then he said, how are you traveling to office? I said, I'm traveling by train. Bullet train. I mean, that time there's train in Japan. He brought immediately counter. He said, take the counter, chant another 8 rounds. You will become 16 rounds. If you're doing 8 now, do another 8 during the travel. You'll become 16. As simple as that. So like that. So this relationship, Siksha Guru or the Guru relationship, even you take shelter, then there is a relationship is established.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. So, anyone else want to share anything?
How young you were, Prabhu, at that time?
Wonderful question. He's still young, Prataji.
Yeah, no, I said how young at that time.
Yeah, I know. Just joking.
Yeah, 4 years plus 12 plus 16, maybe around 22, something like that.
Wow.
No, not even 22. Yeah, maybe around that 20s, 20, probably. I mean 20.
Wonderful.
But is that anything that at 16 years you should get initiated or something? Well, Dayamay Prabhu was telling.
I don't know. Maybe the Vedic custom would have been there. They finished the the Brahmacharya ashram. They come properly. I don't know. But nowadays, we recommend minimum 18 years of age as per things. And sometimes exceptional cases, they give it in early age also. I know there are devotees who have taken initiation before 18 years also. But generally, it's recommended so that you have the maturity and to follow the orders of Maharaj. But there are exceptional cases. There are many devotees, boys who have taken it during college only. I know there are a couple of instances in Bangalore only. They have taken during the college time only, not even finished college. They have taken initiation. So it depends on the case by case basis. So I don't know. I'm not aware. But yeah.
So thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
And you've been traveling Prabhupada's places, pastime places. So it's wonderful that few people who are lucky enough to see all those bastards and other places. It's wonderful, Mataji. You want to share anything on the places you visited where Prabhupada Leelas happened?
Prabhu, when I went to Boston, especially, I was like thrilled when I just stood on the Commonwealth Fire. I went twice. I was walking. My daughter was walking. What is it? No, the place where Prabhupada first landed. So, but that has become very commercial now. She could not park the car, and so she was in the car. So I was thrilled, Prabhu, to see that thing.
Only devotees understands the importance there. Yeah. See, when the people who read Srila Prabhupada Lilamruta and going to the Commonwealth Pier and people who doesn't know, a huge difference. Similarly, the Parikrama also, when we go there, we know the importance of the holy place, hearing from the Vaishnava. So that way the devotees, when they go and they understand. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thanks for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Recently, like a month or 1.5 months back, I had been to Dallas, and there I went to Sri Radha Kalachand Prabhu temple. So very nice, Prabhu, that old temple, and enjoyed the kirtan and Gaura Arati, Prabhu.
Very
That's
nice.
nice. Thank you.
Good. Anyone else? Any comments before we end?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the wonderful class. You are showing videos, so that helps us, even though people like us who cannot go, we get to see from your videos how the places are. So please do
This
collect
is
the videos and keep sharing us. Hare
no.
Krishna.
This is a film made by Bhaktichar
Bhakti
Maharaj.
Saraswati.
This may not be the actual places. I think this is looks like a Vrindavan temple, the initiation, but Prabhupada would have taken initiation somewhere else. So actual places, yes, there are there. I have some separate videos of that. But still, when you go to Mayapur, right? Most of the time we will have short of time. We will just go Puri 2 days, then we go to Mayapur, then just do a few islands and come back. But you have to spend some time in going to Calcutta as well. Calcutta has a lot of holy places of Srila Prabhupada, his birthplace, this Ulta Tanga. Is all this thing is gone acquired now. Previously, until 2 years back, it was not our property. We can't even go there. But now it has been acquired and temple has been constructed. Until 4-5 years back, this is not our property. Now it is our property. So at least there is a facility to go take some prasadam. So we need to take some more time to go out Otherwise, see, these holy places, when Radharani wanted to come, she said, I will not come, Krishna. And there is a Govardhan, there is a Yamuna. How do I leave everything and come? Krishna promised, no, no, we will take everything with them. You have to come with me. So only in this Kali Yuga where we can see these places. After some time, they will all go inside the earth because they are feeling separation. Not every Kali Yuga you will see Vrindavan. Not every Kali Yuga, every Kali Yuga that you're going to get Mayapur and this Navadip. They'll all go away. Only we are fortunate that we are living in this Kali Yuga where Krishna has appeared. If it would have been other Kali Yuga, right, in the Yuga, then you don't see them. You don't get a chance because Mahaprabhu doesn't come. Mahaprabhu doesn't come means where is Navadip? We are so fortunate to have this utilized. We are not utilizing it. Then means the most unfortunate. What do we say? So that way, these parikramas are very important. Going to other holy places, it's very, very important. You can spend some time, change a plan, go a little deep inside. In Navadip itself, there are so many other places, pastime places of acharyas. It's just that we need to utilize it because it all will go inside the earth after some time. Even within this Kali Yuga, after 10-15 years, there will not be golden period is over 10,000 years. You will not see them. How fortunate we are, my God.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
One place, Koshi, where is that, Prabhuji?
Vrindavan.
Okay.
If your blessings are there, we're planning to go to Vrindavan first week of Kartik. Please.
Radharani is always merciful.
Okay, so we will end here. Thank you all for joining. Well, especially thanks to Gopinath Prabhu. Even though it's busy schedule, I know how busy is that, and especially office work plus Bhagavatam distribution, which is happening. I know, everybody else knows, but I know much more what he's doing. So thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful service. So,
Please keeping your page. Vancha kalpatarubhasya. Kripasindevecha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namah.
Hare Krishna. I'll end the call and tomorrow morning, same time we'll meet, 7:15. Hare Krishna.